Hello guys, welcome to the second part of domain and range video. In the first video we were talking about range. Range is from the bottom to the top. Alright, so that's why we draw horizontal lines, to see how low it goes and how high it goes. And again, range is the y-axis, so we look at the y's. In the last video we had determined that the lowest value that it crosses at on the y-axis is 0. And then it is less than or equal to, because it is a solid line there. It reaches exactly at 0. So it is 0 is less than or equal to y. And then here we were supposed to put less than or equal to, and it looks like it stops at 3, but it doesn't because of the arrow. Technically, it goes to negative infinity like this. You would think about it like this. I mean, not negative, positive infinity because it keeps going up. Positive infinity because it keeps going up. However, using this interval notation from 0 is greater than y, you don't put the infinity. The infinity comes into play later on in higher upper level courses. That's why I like to bring it up now. But you don't write it. So really, the range is all the numbers that are greater than 0. That is why y is greater than 0, because it keeps going up. This line will keep stretching up and up forever and ever. All right, so let's go ahead and try the domain. So take a minute, think about what the domain is going to look like on this one. Domain is going to be vertical lines, so I'm going to take away the horizontal lines because domain is from left. Where does it start on the left? And where does it end on the right? So I'm going to drag my lines like that. And so the smallest number, and again, domain is the x value. Whoops, did not mean to do that. The smallest value on the x is -4, so we're at -4. And again, it's a solid line there. How do I know it's solid, or how do I know I include it? Because there's not an open circle. So that's -4 is less than or equal to, and we're talking about domain, so that's x values. And then it keeps going to the right. It keeps going this way. So that would be infinity, positive infinity. So less than or equal to, it would just be less than on that one, to positive infinity. But you don't write it. You don't write the positive infinity. So you say -4 is less than x. In other words, all the values that are greater than -4. That's how you would write that one. And again, this is the trickier one where you determine whether you write it or you don't write the negative infinity. But just remember that the negative infinity is not written. So go ahead and try this one. This one says find the domain. So I'm going to, says drag the lines and find the domain. Domain is from left to right, so I'm going to get rid of these lines because we don't need them. And again, we're going to start how far does it go on the left and how far does it go on the right. I'm going to make those lines dotted so we can see it better. There we go. So right here, where does it start? It starts at -3. And it is equal to, because it is a closed circle, we're talking about the x's, and it goes all the way to 5. And it's also equal to because we have another circle. So 5, like that. So that is our domain for this problem, from -3 to 5. Go ahead and try the range for this one. Try the range. Which lines are you going to erase? So for this one, I'm going to erase the vertical lines because the vertical lines are for domain. And I'm going to draw my horizontal lines. What is the lowest it goes? And what is the highest it goes? So we're down here at -8. So the range starts at -8. And it's equal to, because I have a closed circle here and I have a solid line there. So it is equal to, we're talking about range, so that's y, less than or equal to, another equal to because it's touching and it's touching, so that's +8, like that. So the range is from -8, oh, why did I put +8? Whoops. From -8 to +3. Again, we're looking at the x-axis because it's range. All right, last one. It says find the range on this one again. For range, I don't need my vertical lines, so I'm going to click on them and erase them. And we got to start from the bottom. What's the lowest it goes on the bottom, and what's the highest? This point right here is not the highest. The highest point is up here. So let's go ahead and do the range for this one. Range. So we're going to start from the bottom. again, the bottom on the y-axis, because we're starting from the lowest numbers, that's a negative 11. And then it's a closed circle, so that's a less than or equal to, because it's equal to it at the closed circle. And then we go all the way up to positive 11, and we're talking about the y's. But this y is an open circle, so that means I need a less than. So I'm going to go back to my other slides. I'm going to copy the less than symbol, because that's the one I need. Control copy. So I'm going to go right back here. So it's y is less than, and then it's positive 11 right there. So my range is from negative 11 to 11. From negative 11 to 11, because that's the bottom to the top. Notice that this one had a less than or equal to, and then it had an open circle, so that was less than. Hopefully this video helps you determine how to do domain and range on graphs. Give me a like if you liked it, and I'll see you next time.